SP Convo. SP Convo. Let's do it.
My business, not anyone else's. If you take that away from us, that's the end of our freedom. And
But one sheriff in California says the vandalism may hurt investigations.
These license plate readers, these systems can turn a vehicle description into an investigative lead. Like when a child is missing, a violent suspect is fleeing, or someone has been seriously injured in a hit and run, minutes matter.
Currently, there are some 6,000 communities across the country using flock cameras. Flock Safety says they help solve over 10,000 crimes per week. Lisa, I found myself seeing your name on the rundown. I was like, I don't know where Lisa's going to come down on this, but like, I want to know.
I appreciate that. I always want to know where you stand on things. You're so smart.
Thanks.
I share the concerns of that man that we just heard. I mean, we've already seen how surveillance systems originally created to keep Americans safe are abused. We saw that after 9/11 with NSA and sweeping up innocent Americans' phone records. We see the conclusion that it could lead to in China, where you have cameras nationwide, you've got AI, you've got government databases, you know that the government is spying on them.
We're back. We're back. We're back. America's watching. This thing called flock cameras. Is no different to me than your average ring cam. Same thing. Ring cam, flock camera, body cam. It's a camera. I'm in agreement of cameras. I think the whole world should be linked up to cameras. Everybody should be spied on. Too many people are sneaky, underhanded, no good, weasels. I'm lying? Where's the lie? I'll wait. Cameras is needed. And America needs to spy on the world. People take this country called the United States of America for a joke. People want to come to America and do what they want to do. No. You have to do what you're supposed to do. Work, take care of your family, pay your taxes, live your life. I'm 1,000% in agreement with cameras. There needs to be cameras everywhere. If you live in a building, there should be cameras in your staircase. When you take the garbage out, right above your door. When you come inside your apartment, there should be cameras right there. In your bedrooms, in your kitchen, in your living rooms. There should be cameras looking up at you from your ground, looking down on you from the ceiling. Surveillance is needed. I say it, and I express it in the tone that I'm expressing it in. It's because we're already being watched. The television is watching you. If you have it hooked up in every room, sorry, the television that you're supposed to be watching, if you have it hooked up in every room, is watching you. Let me say it again. That television that you are supposed to be watching is watching you. The phone that you have in your hand, that you watch your YouTube videos on, you take your pictures, make your phone calls on, it's doing the same. It's doing the same exact thing. Back to you. Don't take my word for it. Do your research. I can't make this up. And I'm not going to try to make this up. Now, if you'd asked me 10 years ago, would I be in favor of America having cameras everywhere? I'd have said no. Mm-mm-mm. I need my freedom. But it's that same very freedoms which people are taking liberty into be doing wrong with it. Freedom just means privacy. Privacy to a certain extent means being sneaky. There was this movie back in the days, right? The Truman Show. Right there. That's America. That's the giveaway. So since we always been watched, why not put it out there? There's a lot of crimes being done in the privacy of their own homes, privacy of their own store, in the basement cellars of their restaurants, in the woods. Look what happened at that case in the Caribbean where that lady went on vacation and she never to be found again. Miraculously, just disappeared. Nobody had no answers. But if those cameras was there throughout the whole islands, sonar cameras, video footage from the sea coming up, from the clouds looking down, they would have zeroed in on it. If this was the Truman Show, nobody wouldn't be able to say, we don't know what happened to her. She got away. It would not been that wouldn't have been. It would have been, oh, we seen you take that lady out, past the beach, into the water, and we got you from there. We got you from there. Yeah, freedom should be taken away. Yeah, everybody should walk the line. Government should have full control of Americans. Too many people come to America and do what they want to do, and no consequences. Nah, cameras should be number one, number two, number three, number four, and number five priority. It's the only way. I don't see no other way. And I don't want to see no other way. There's only one way. That's the government way. After I share this video with you, and all videos that I share is in fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, you'll understand why it's needed. you understand why it's needed. Now, I will say, having video cameras don't mean that a crime would never happen or stop happening, but it'll make people think 4 times before they think about committing it. And if you're really, really tired of your situation, your current situation, you're going to think 3, 4 times. 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4 times before making a move. Let's get into it.
Or turn him over to us so we can remove him from our nation. As you know, John, how was he caught? A license plate reader, which many progressive cities are pulling out because immigrant advocates oppose them. Neighbors say Stewart lived there for 4 decades. He leaves a wife and 2 daughters. John?
Yeah, we've heard about the controversy regarding flock cameras, but in this case, they helped bring him to justice. William Lajeunesse for us. William, thank you. Jillian?
All right, thank you, John. Let's bring in former Acting Nice Director Jonathan Fahey to respond to this terrible, deeply upsetting, very sad story.
It's so horrible. And when you see, the quote from his wife, doesn't understand why this happened. And it's like, sadly, I do understand why this happened, because Gavin Newsom and a lot of the Democrats put illegal aliens ahead of public safety every single day, and that's why we've had so many of these. And what makes it even worse is the fact when you see something that could have been prevented multiple times. It wasn't just one time he was arrested. It's like he should have never been here, and then he's arrested, and instead of holding him, turning him over to ICE, they put him back on the streets because politics always trumps the ordinary citizens in California and everywhere else. It's very sad.
Now let me run it back so you can see on video what took place. So you can see what took place. Here we go.
Now calling on Governor Gavin Newsom to hand the suspect over to them. Our senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse with the latest from Los Angeles. Hi, William.
Well, John, judges actually released this suspect twice, and now you have a murder neighbors say didn't have to happen had the suspect been detained or deported, since California, as a sanctuary state, stops police from calling ICE. Now, warning, what you're about to see, the stabbing, is graphic. Last week, 68-year-old Todd Stewart was working in the garage when he tries to stop a burglary in progress. Police say he is stabbed by a criminal alien from Venezuela.
There was some yelling going on, from what I understand, from the neighbors. And then apparently it looks like he chased the man out of the garage, and then he was stabbed in front of Ryan's house.
According to records, police arrested 36-year-old Marcos Arate Valdez for 2 prior burglaries in April, but a judge gave him home detention August 4th. He violates that and is rearrested. This time, a judge releases him OR, which means you're free to go until your next court date. The next day, he allegedly stabs Stewart to death. Now, he is in jail, no bail. This afternoon, arraignment at 1:30.
See? And there's people that don't want surveillance. Why wouldn't you want surveillance? Why wouldn't you? Who don't want surveillance? That man just came into the country, got released back into society, and harmed that man. Unalived them. Cameras is needed. Cameras are needed. So people, get ready. When you turn, somebody gonna be there watching you. When you sneeze, somebody gonna see the snot coming out your nose. When you use the restroom, that's probably the only privacy you got. Outside of that, You're being watched. Outside of that, you're being watched. Because enough is enough, man. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of it. It's just too much. Every time you look, something is happening. Consequences need to be more readily available for people to get it together. Like I said, if you'd have asked me 10 years ago, I would have said, nah, that's not right. Human beings wasn't made to be watched and studied and ridiculed and understood in that way. But look at society. America was never, America was never like this. It was an easy going country. Now it's all over the place. That's why cameras is needed all over the place. Nobody should be offended. Everybody should be welcoming, welcoming of cameras. Everybody should be welcome of cameras because it's going to save lives in the future. Yeah, some of your freedoms may be taken away now, but it's going to save lives in the future. Every generation is supposed to do better than the generation before. And with these cameras, you're going to have a new society, a better society, a society where if you cuss, you have to pay a fine, a society where it's not going to be too much diseases out there because they're going to make some type of virtual reality stimulation where you don't have to, you know, be with an infected person since people privacy teaches you don't have to say much. And with that meaning you can sleep with somebody that is clean and you dirty and then bam, that person is sick now. But with this new society with cameras involved, it's gonna be a better world. And I'm for it. A better tomorrow, a better society. And I'm for it. So that's my take on America's watching and America need to watch because this country had a makeover that most Americans can't put their face together because they're afraid to look at themselves in the mirror because they can't believe this is how America look, and they can't believe that they're a product of their environment, they're a product of their country. I'm for surveillance, and there's many other people out there that's for it too. And as I said before, there's nothing you can do about it because you already been watched for the past 20 years or so. Once them phones came in with them digital things attached to it, that's it. Look at your money. Your money's even being watched. Direct deposit. Somebody know what you're making more before you know what you're making. Somebody in HR know how much you're gonna get paid, and you may be getting paid more than that person in HR because somebody's always watching. Somebody always knows something before you know it. When you travel, right? Your information is on a passport digitally, so everything about you is being recorded. Now just imagine cameras on top of that. When you're sleeping on that plane, there's a camera watching you to make sure you're not trying to do nothing sneaky. Cameras is needed. Every little thing should be watched to keep people in line, to keep people privileged and humbled. And moving forward, everything should be all right. SP Convo. SP Convo.